How are you?
We'll call this meeting to order this afternoon. Thank you all for coming, being here. The roll call at this time, let the record show that all board members are present, along with our superintendent and our board attorney. Would you please stand for prayer and pledge? Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the strength and health, for life itself, for the opportunities that you provide us. We ask this evening as we're assembled that, Lord, we will have the wisdom, Lord, to do the things that would be right and proper, Lord, in honoring you, but and for our community, for our parents, for our kids. I just pray tonight, Lord, for the many needs that we have around in our community. I just pray for your will to be accomplished in a time of need, but we just ask your presence and your blessings upon this meeting. We ask it in your name, dear Jesus. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Brings us down to item 2.03, the adoption of our agenda. I believe that we don't have any corrections, any changes. All right, Ms. Mathis makes that motion.
Second.
All right, Ms. Carlton makes the second on that. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Not anybody opposed? Okay, so carried. Brings us down to recognition time. And Ms. Bashir, would you like to move forward with that?
I'd actually like to turn it over to Ms. Tillman and her staff at this time. We have lots of people to recognize.
Good evening, Superintendent Bashirs and board members. My name is Brooklyn Craft Paget, Post-Secondary Treasurer of the Big Bend Technical College, Chapter of Skills USA. I, my fellow officers, and chapter members are proud to celebrate February as Career and Technical Education Month, as well as February 5th through 9th as Skills USA Week. Our chapter is proud to announce that all participants in Region 1 Skills USA Leadership and Skills Conference placed gold, silver, or bronze in their respective competitions and will advance to the state competition in April. BBTC Director Jody Tillman will now announce our Florida Skills USA State Leadership and Skills Conference delegation.
Thank you. As she so eloquently said, February is National CTE Month. This month, we celebrate the achievements and contributions of the career and technical education programs and what they do to provide in preparing students for high-skill, high-wage, in-demand careers. This month, BBTC will host schools from 6 districts, celebrate with our students, and recognize our Skills USA students who either are already regional champions or will be competing Friday, such as our welding fabricators. They're actually traveling to Milton to compete on Friday, and then move forward all of our students in competing in Jacksonville in April. We anticipate taking several of these students on to nationals because these students are just that good, and we're very proud of them. These students are the future workforce of our community, region, and across the state and country. And through Skills USA, they are preparing to be the leaders in their fields. And so without further ado, our students that will be competing at the state conference in basic healthcare skills is Jocelyn Enriquez. She's a high school student. We have first aid CPR, Summer Pridgeon, post-secondary, Alondra Ramirez, high school, and Olivia McIntyre, high school. For job interview, Brooklyn will represent us. At job skills demonstration, we have Travis Driggers for post-secondary and Trenton Buckley for post-secondary in the open division. In medical terminology, Austin Pridgeon will return. He's already been to nationals once, so we're expecting big things from him this year. In nurse assisting, we have Ashley Alvarez, high school. Occupational health and safety team, our high school team is Samantha Bratcher, Madison Lewis, and Tristan Rector. In welding, Samuel Kurtz is post-secondary, Landon Moats is post-secondary, Mason Warren is post-secondary, and Justin Touchton will represent us in the high school division. Our welding fabrication team, Blaze Roberts, who was on the 5th place team last year at Nationals. Dawson, Stacy, and Brandon Alvarado will represent us Friday, and then, of course, on to the state in April. In welding sculpture, we have Ethan Holden from high school. Their advisors here tonight are Terry Clover, Trip Neal, and Heath Pridgeon. Our other advisor is Luke Mosley. In total, there will be 14 gold medals, 2 silver, and 1 bronze. And then I probably think we'll probably bring home gold in welding fabrication as well. I'm going to call these students forward and hope that you'll take a picture with us. But I also want to share, we have some very exciting news that will be forthcoming in career and technical education. And I personally look forward to coming before the board in the next few months and sharing with you just what exactly we have coming down the pipe. I think you guys will be excited for our community, for our schools, and for our students. Thank you.
Thank you.
And of course, Miss Shelby McCall is here as well, the Assistant Director at BBTC.
She's calling them. You're gonna have them come get.
You want us to stand back here in the back?
I'm so sorry.
No, it's all good.
Fun part of the job.
Thank you, guys.
One more thing, Tom. Thank you, BTC. Thank y'all. Very excited. What Jody
Yes.
mentioned, I can't wait for it to come back.
The tallies.
Tonight's our nurse informational meeting, so we're headed back to school to get those students ready.
Thank
Thank you,
y'all.
Jody.
Thank you.
And board members, I should have.
Have,
Just
come on
back.
back.
Come back.
So it's our pleasure at this time to present board members going to come around. This is what our teacher of the year is at Carroll County Elementary School, Ms. Juanita. Juanita knows, so Juanita and I worked together years ago at the high school. Okay. I have to do the same thing. I have to count my fingers, but it's okay. She started out as a 7th grade ELA teacher, decided. I actually love 7th grade. It was my favorite. I love my 7th grade. She's a high school, and now, so I had the pleasure of visiting her the other day at the student. And that those kids are learning. I mean, these little bucket seats that she has cushions on, and you saw how they often everybody around to get their little picture of their thing. I can say Would you also come up, please? These are, Mr. Finley's at a conference tonight. So Summer is the math coach at TCES.
Staffing
The
specialist.
staffing specialist. Papa is, of course, the AP. Billy, why are you trying to take a picture? Get up here with us. These are the other day because they didn't bring Rowdy, their little dog. He would love to come. My students would have loved to bring him.
Yeah.
All right. This brings us down to our items of interest by the public at this time. If you have an issue or whatever that you'd like to bring before the board, you'd like to address the board this evening, this will be your opportune time. We just ask if you could maintain your thoughts within 3 minutes, if any way possible. Okay, do we have anybody who'd like to address the board this evening? Okay, go ahead.
I just felt led to share some things to speak. I'm Delaney Lauk. I teach fourth grade at the elementary school. I'm a member of our union, and because of everything that's been going on, I just felt led to share some things. All right, so a couple meetings back, you told us to tell people to come and work alongside of us. What should we tell them? That as a third-year teacher, I will be making more than a 10, 15, 16, 17-year teacher next year. That's okay coming in, but what does that tell you about what you mean as you stay here? Should I tell them that health insurance takes away over half of your check and you don't even get a check in August? Should I tell them premiums are increasing every year with no relief for the employee? Should I tell them that teachers have to have second jobs to cover insurance and their rent? That family health insurance plans are near impossible to pay for, so they take other plans outside of the district or choose to not have coverage at all. Should I tell them that our elected representatives will come and talk to us once a year, but we still won't be given the time to provide firsthand testimonies on the floor of the Senate or House? Even though teachers in other districts around us get a chance to advocate for themselves at the legislature. I personally, as a third-year teacher, went to the Senate to advocate for veteran teachers. What are you doing? Should I tell them that we asked for our time to be paid, that we work every day and we were denied? That we come early and stay late, but we won't be compensated for it? We ask to be treated as professionals, paid like professionals, and especially valued for our service to this district. How can we tell people to come and work at this district with our amazing teachers and our amazing support staff if they aren't going to be valued for their years of service? If they aren't going to be paid for the work that they do, and that new teachers are going to be coming in and making more than they do in 10, 15, 16, 17 years. We went to great lengths to try and get your attention. We spoke to you directly. We, as teachers, rallied together and even got the community involved. But we were still not heard. What else is there for us to do? Will we ever see a change? When it finally happens, will it be too late? Help me out, and give me reasons to tell teachers to come and work here. But first, how about we tell teachers reasons that they should stay? Thank you.
Anyone else this evening? All right, if not, thank you, ma'am, for your thoughts. And we'll move on. The agenda, the consent items were approved by the adoption of the agenda. And we'll move down to item 5.01. This is the resolution of the School Board of Taylor County, setting the boundaries of the district school board member resident areas for Taylor County, Florida. And so this is an action item this evening on the table. Yes, ma'am.
Motion.
All right, Ms. Carlton makes the motion. Ms. Mathis seconds it. Okay, are there any discussion?
I just want, Angela, can you please let us know where we're at in regards to the process of, the resolution? I know it has to be, I guess this is,
Has to be published one time. within
Right.
30 days.
okay, so it has to be published one time within 30 days?
Correct.
Okay, so it doesn't have to be published for 30 days, it just needs to be
One
published?
time within 30 days.
Okay, all right, and then like, once we publish it, where does that lead to next?
Well, then it has to be transmitted to the Secretary of State, has to be filed in the clerk of the court. That's it.
But we don't have to do anything in addition after passing this resolution and advertising it one
Once
time.
it's in the minutes that you've passed the resolution, it's advertised, then it'll be transmitted to
Okay.
the appropriate.
Approval to advertise instead of.
They're approving the resolution, and then it'll be advertised.
But when we advertise it, it's just advertising it like that one day. It's not like we typically advertise for like 28 days, but this would
That's for
just
your
be.
policies.
Yeah, we don't
Right.
have to do a public hearing.
So we
on
don't
it.
have to do a public hearing on this. Okay. All right.
Once it's approved by you, it'll be published, and then there are the other steps, which I'll get with Ms. Bashir's about to make sure we check all the boxes on that.
Okay.
Okay. All right, motion's been made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? So carried. Brings us down to next action item of 12.05, appointment of administrative personnel, appointment of Shannon Donamead as benefits coordinator effective February the 19th, 2024.
Motion.
All right, Ms. Carlton makes that motion.
Second.
All right, Ms. Agner seconds it.
Thank you. And if I could, Mr. Chairman, just wanted to tell you all, thank you. So Shanna has been cross-training as Chris Olson has retired. And so that is the reason she is being appointed tonight, because this will be when Chris is effective, her retirement's effective. So
Okay,
it's not, I just wanted on record that it's not an extra expense. She's just moving to that position that Chris is retiring from.
okay. All righty.
Thank you.
All in favor, say aye.
I just have one question. So, was there any concern to advertise the position, or was already,
It's an
Okay.
administrative position.
all right, so there was no concern to advertise? All right.
Okay, any other questions? If not, all,
I have one. Shanna's current position. Okay.
We have some we'll see for right now. Right now, she's kind of training Christy, who's in there right now, to take on more and more of that, because as you know, Christy was hired to be part personnel. So she's continuing to train Christy on some things.
So this will actually come at a savings to the district by combining the staff that we already have into these positions,
Right now.
existing
yes.
positions. Okay, thank you.
all right, any other questions, comments? If not, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? All right, so carried. This brings us down to our items of interest by the superintendent and the board. Ms. Bashir.
Just wanted to say that we were fortunate enough to go. I know that some of you board members, work and you were not able to join us, but I was very proud to go down to Steinhatchee School this afternoon to recognize Mr. Bray. I mentioned that at the last meeting that he would be recognized by the state of Florida, and he was as one of the top principals in the state by Florida Tax Watch. Part of that was he received a cash prize, but he was also able to choose a student at the school to receive a prepaid scholarship, which he did. So it was a huge event today in Steinhatchee. It was wonderful. All of his fellow principals were able to go down and support him. And so just a wonderful day overall. Other thing that's going on, I think that we've seen some things going on in the community with our new guy. He's out there and he's asking for some donations. to help the players. He's trying to kind of beef them up and make sure that their workouts are doing well. So proud of him for that. We've checked on all the fields. Still have a lot of damage from the hurricanes. Went out today and walked the baseball and softball field because, of course, that's the season we're in. About to, games start Monday. And so we have a few things left to do with that. And we've also met with our adjusters on some things that can be done and some things that are not going to be able to be done at this moment. So Dan's working very hard with them and with Shanna, because Shanna's already been working on this as well, taking over Chris's position. She's been in these talks today. She walked with us today, and we've talked to our carriers and find out what we need to do to make sure that they have everything they need to begin that softball and baseball season.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Ms. Ball,
I don't have anything. Thank you.
I understand we need a little executive session after.
Agreed.
Yeah, okay. All righty, Ms. Donnell.
Yes, I want to thank Ms. Tillman and her staff tonight for coming before us and keeping us up to date in regards to what's going down at Big Bend. It's always very exciting to see what's going on with her school, what's new far as career and technical. Again, this is Career and Technical Month, so it's want to make sure we put that out there and make sure we're letting the community know what we got going and what's to come. I'm always happy to hear how the skills team is going and how that's impacting those students and the opportunities that they're having out there. So again, congratulations to all those students, and I wish them well in their upcoming competitions. Congratulations to Ms. Ratliff. I was excited with all of the recognitions this year, as every year, in regards to our individuals that are selected as teachers of their individual schools, and then how that comes up to being one recognized out our district that gets to represent us with other teachers throughout the state. So congratulations, Ms. Ratliff. And congratulations to the Taylor County Elementary family. Just kudos, just from where we've been these last few years, to just see, the good things that are going on at your guys' school. I also want to congratulate Mr. Bray. I hate that I couldn't be there today, but I'm just really, again, excited for his recognition and just the things that are going on throughout our district. But time it highlights, the great work. I think that, deserve the accolades and applause as well from us locally. I do have a question, Ms. Bashirs, in regards to, will we workshop in regards to what we have been doing in regards to ESSA funding, and like what all we had been taking care of with ESSA funding? Because I know that money got to be spent, I think, by some time. And so I just know every time, like since the 4 years we've been getting that funding, we've been doing a lot of things like with extra hours or, different clubs and tutorings, but I don't know what interests the board, but I just would like to know, like, what all we was paying with that funding, and like with that funding going away, like if there was any salaries up under there and positions up under there, like how is that going to be accounted moving forward as far as our budget for 24-25? So I would like to know as soon as possible when you can give us some information so we would know what expense we might be gaining.
Published on our website, correct?
Yeah, I'm just concerned with what we've been doing as far as ESSER. I know we've been doing a lot of different things with it, but I guess my biggest concern is if any positions have been created and established because of that funding, and how would, the expense of that be carried on in our new budget, since that funding has to be spent. I think it's by September or something like that. So I just am concerned from a district standpoint as regards to that. I didn't get to acknowledge the football banquet last week, or, what was going on with our girls soccer program, but congratulations to those students. And just what was, the football ceremony was very nice. And I want to thank the boosters for all their hard work, and just the dinner that was prepared, and just the support of the community and the other elected officials that came out and was able to help serve that night. So I just want to make sure that we acknowledge them as well. And that's all I have.
Thank you. Ms. Wagner.
Well, congratulations again, Ms. Ratliff and Mr. Bray and Shannon.
Oh, yeah, congratulations. Shauna.
We really appreciate her
Condolences, we're
putting
not
on the, yeah, we think that's a congratulations, don't we? I appreciate her putting on the multiple hats, her and Christy and everybody absorbing icon that's been here for, how long has Chris been here?
Is it 27? Is it 27?
Okay, so for 24 years or so, so. Yeah. Also, I I like the way the new head football coach is asking for PB&J. If anybody's got some extra in their cabinets or want to buy some, or he's trying to beef up, I guess, some weight on the boys to make them bigger. That's always a coach's dream, I guess. So if anybody out there wants to volunteer to take some peanut butter and jelly to the high school, they'll accept it. The boys' basketball playoff was tonight, I think, against Wakulla at 7. I always enjoy watching those boys play. They're really, really good. And also the National Honor Society in the fuzzy socks. I thought that was the coolest thing ever to the nursing home. Did y'all see where they did that? So those are just a very few of the things that goes on in this district. And it takes everybody in here and all of us to, I just appreciate making it a family and keeping relationships with the community and keeping it going like that. It's positivity. The more positive we can be, the better. And that's all I have.
All right, thank you, Ms. Mathis.
Well, everything they said, of course, the football banquet was awesome, and it really was. I enjoyed every minute of it. And the soccer game also, I enjoyed all of it, but like the last 30 seconds. The last 30 seconds of the girls' soccer game did not go our way. So it was thrilling, though, up till then. And Melanie Brown is the name of the student today in Steinhatchee that received the 2-year Bright Future Scholarship. That's who Mr. Bray chose. And it was special because her parents didn't know that she was getting it. So they had to tell her parents and her family a big fib and this elaborate tale to get her family there without knowing anything about it. And then, so they were all so surprised. And I think I had tears in my eyes. I know for them, it was very touching for their child to get that 2-year scholarship. And she was a very deserving student, and Mr. Bray too. I mean, it was very sweet, and just really appreciate them coming down and doing that for them and all the administrators who came. Rachel's probably seen way too much of me today because I saw her there too in Steinhatchee. But yeah, that was wonderful. And Shanna, congratulations. You're welcome. Also, and Miss Ratliff, I'm very happy for you, and enjoy your year. I think you get a lot of celebrating all through the year. You get to go to the banquet and a lot of other things. So, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next week also. Okay. And oh, the meeting, March 5th. Can we do that in Steinhatchee? I did. Yep.
What time will we,
The problem for I can't be there by 5:15 is the problem.
yeah,
I could be there at 6.
Be there at what time? I'm sorry.
6.
She said she could be there at 6, but not 5:15.
it would have to be 5:30 for me, so.
So 6 would be
yeah.
okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was fine. In fact, time should change, so we should have a little bit more daylight. in
No,
the
no,
afternoon.
time doesn't change to the next week, I think.
Second weekend,
Well, the 5th is the,
So this,
time changes on the 10th.
so on the 5th, it'll be in Steinhatchee at 6.
now you're asking for what date? Are you asking for?
March the 5th.
Oh, 5th. I thought I heard 20th or something or another. Okay.
That's spring break week and staff development. I don't know if they.
It doesn't matter.
Well, we need to also ask that question tonight. There's a meeting scheduled for March 19th. I think that's a professional planning day for the district. That's the week after spring break. Will we keep that meeting night, or is there any interest for that to change?
I'm going to be calling in some during March 19th, April 2nd, and April 16th. I'll have to call in those Tuesday
Okay.
nights.
All right, but we are all in agreement for the 5th of March at Steinhatchee at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, that gives us
Okay.
enough time to get down there.
6 p.m.
Anything
Thank y'all
else?
very much. I am good. I'm good.
You're good. All right. I thought you said you was wonderful, but
I'm that
Miss Carlton.
Thank
go ahead.
you. Probably repeat everything everybody said, but I did get a chance to attend Miss Geraldine Sparrow's retirement last celebration last week, and that was very good. She was appreciative and a lot of good things said. As Deidre mentioned, the football banquet, that was really very nice, and I was glad we had even some extra elected officials there that helped serve. So it was very, very good. And the celebration for Mr. Bray today was that was good. That was good for the district, but it was really good for Mr. Bray. And the
Got to
school
meet
was
his
just
parents.
got to meet his parents. They live in Old Town, and they were just beaming with joy also. And congratulations, like I say, to Melanie Brown for receiving that scholarship. Congratulations, Juanita. It's very well deserved. Thank you. And then congratulations to the Skills USA, and I congratulate them, but also wish them good luck because I know they'll be moving forward. So appreciate that. And that's pretty
That's
well.
it? Okay. Well, I concur with all that's been said, but there again, Ms. Ratliff, congratulations. Mr. Bray certainly is an honor for him and we're an honor for our district. And so we congratulate him for all the students that were here from BBTC tonight. And just all the good little things that we hear, that's positive and great going on in our school system. And can we be better? Yes, we could. We have to strive to try to do that the very best that we can with everybody working together. Could it be worse though? Yes, it could. So I just want us to be thankful at least we're where we're at, but yet make the commitment and the pledge to try to move forward in a positive way in all the areas of our school. With that said, we'll take just a short brief moment to make transition, and then we'll move into our executive session. So do I have a motion and second that we adjourn
Motion.
from this? Ms. Carlton
No,
makes that motion?
Deidre made it.
Oh, Ms. Donnell made the motion.
I'll-
and
I'll
Ms.
just-
Carlton seconds it. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Nobody opposed. This meeting is adjourned. Thank you for coming.